Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kiki, and here we talk about all things bookish, so welcome. Today I'm talking about my TBR for September, and I'm participating in a readathon called the Orilium Academy by Book Roast. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's this super cool, like, role-playing fantasy marathon book read thingy. It's been going on for a few years, and I'm just hearing about it this year, and I'm so excited to participate. Basically, you make a character, and this character attends a magical academy called Orilium, and you choose which path or calling that you want to do for your career. I chose herbologist. Just seemed like a fun path to take, and so I have to read certain books for the classes that I'm going to attend, and let's go through them. So, one of the classes I need to take is alchemy, and the first prompt for level O is a read that will make you emotional. Now, your girl doesn't really enjoy reading books that make her cry. I cry enough in my life already. So I thought about, how about an author that I've loved since I was a teenager who's going to release a new book for the first time in forever? That is Marcus Zuzak's 3 Wild Dogs and the Truth. Seems like it's going to be kind of an autobiography of sorts, framed around 3 dogs he and his family adopted. And I think that will make me emotional in itself for reading an author that's just so close to my heart. So 3 Wild Dogs and the Truth. Let's figure out what it's about. There's a madman dog beside me and the hounds of memory ahead of us. It's love and beasts and wild mistakes and regret, but never to change things. So what happens when the Zuzaks open their family home to 3 big, wild, pound-hardened dogs? Reuben, a wolf at your door with a hacksaw. Archer, blonde, beautiful, and deadly. And the rancorously smiling Frosty who walks like a rolling thunderstorm. I mean, the poetry, even in the summary, I think I'm in for a treat. All right, the next prompt I have for alchemy is a book that was traditionally published after being self-published. And my mind immediately went to this book, Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. Now, this is a reread for me. It's a cozy fantasy novel, and it's well worth reading twice. This is about an orc, obviously fantasy if it's about an orc, and she is tired of her battle-weary days, and she wants to settle down in a little town and open up a coffee shop. And most of the creatures in that town have never even heard of coffee. So the language is so rich and descriptive about brewing the coffee, the scent of it, and the cozy community that she forms, as well as the challenges she has to face in order to make this dream of hers happen. So good. I can't wait to read this one again. So the last prompt for alchemy is food on the cover. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I already read this book. I got a jump start on my September semester at Orilium Academy. Let me show you the book cover. Eris Takes All. This is by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegmund Broca. Now, it's really cute. It's a heist novel. It's YA, and it's got, like, found family. It's got revenge. It's got, you know, all, like, Ocean's 11 in a YA world. It was really good. I originally will give it a 3-star rating, but because of Kevin George Washington Weber, we're giving it 4 stars. You'll know what I mean when you read it. The next class I have to take is in restoration. The first prompt is the night sky on the cover. Now, my coworker, she's the one who recommended this book to me, because I asked her, I was like, what book do you know that has a night sky on the cover? Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sainz. Now, I know this book has been around for a minute. I checked, the copyright is 2012. The wonderful thing about TBRs is that you're going to have them your whole life. And as long as you get to as many books as you possibly can, then you're good to go. So this book, I honestly have no idea what it's about, but look at all the dang awards. And in the intro, the author says, like, I really almost ditched this project, but I'm really glad I finished it. And so I'm glad you did too, Benjamin. This work is a work of historical fiction set in the late 1980s in El Paso, Texas, on the border of the US and Mexico. The thoughts, dialogue, and behavior of the characters are reflections of the time period they live in and the world they're surrounded by. It's my wish for you, dear readers, that you live in a more inclusive and enlightened times than Ari and Dante. That hooks me, honestly. I'm intrigued. So that's another book I'm reading this month. The next prompt is Dangerous Plants. So it's Poisonous Plants on the cover or title. I picked up Belladonna by Adeline Grace. Now, this book has really been making the circuits for a while as well, but I'm finally picking it up and I'm a couple of chapters in. The writing is luscious, beautiful, and full of substance as far as plot and character goes. Already, this is a win in my book. I can't wait to read more. If you want to know a little bit what it's about, first there's a little baby orphan, and I almost said she was orphaned. I think you get it if she's an orphan. Finally, 19-year-old Signa has been raised by a string of guardians, each more interested in her wealth than her well-being, and each has met an untimely end. Her remaining relatives are the elusive Hawthorns, an eccentric family living at Thorn Grove, an estate both glittering and gloomy. So I actually don't want to tell you too much more than that, because going in blind is like a special treat for this story. That's how I started reading it, and each word, each sentence was just a delight, a revelation of what's to come. Can't wait to finish reading this. Okay. Now I'm also earning my dragon riding license for Orilium. I thought that was such a clever idea, but the requirements come with a few additional prompts. So I'm going to read a couple books about dragons. I cannot tell you how excited I am to read this book. Ascendant by Michael R. Miller. Oh my goodness. So it's about a young man who's kind of lost in the world, and he rescues this dragon egg before it was going to be unalived or destroyed. And the dragon is blind. Like, what an awesome hook. I just think it's going to be a fantasy good time. This dragon rider who has to save the world. I mean, there's no downside. Can't wait to read that. I have to read a second book with a dragon in it. So your girl is going for Nora Roberts' The Awakening. I had no idea Nora Roberts wrote fantasy. This book is about Breen Kelly, who works at a job she hates while trying to pay off her student loan, pinching pennies, and fighting off anxiety attacks. Is this book about me? She's prone to those, along with headaches and strange dreams, like the one she just had in which she encountered a dragon. But as vivid as the dream was, she knows that the bedtime stories of magical places that her father told her about long ago, before he disappeared, were just that, stories. And then there's a hook. Only lately she's noticed a silver-haired man who seems to follow her everywhere, yet always eludes her when she tries to catch him. She thinks she hears his voice in her head. Come home, Breen Siobhan. It's time you came home. So, I think we're gonna have a little bit of travel, a little bit of claiming your destiny, a little bit of healing, maybe. Je sais pas. But it's been on my TBR for a while, and I think it's gonna be a good one. Okay. I also have to watch a movie or show with a dragon, and I choose Damsel, which has Millie Bobby Brown in it. I've already watched it. It's going to be a comfort rewatch. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. As always, you know, with these books and with this film, look up trigger warnings, just in case you're sensitive. I just want to take care of you and say that. I should have said it at the beginning, but let's just say that right now. Take care of yourself and look up any kind of triggers before you pick up a book. Okay. Lastly, I want to become an apothecary keeper in this magical world, so I have to read 2 books with plants on the cover. One book is Poison by Bridget Zinn. This author has sadly passed away, but she has written a beautiful comfort fantasy novel and it's super cozy vibes, banter. There's poison. There's this kingdom that needs saving, and only the main character Kira can save it. The little catchphrase is, "Can she save the kingdom with a piglet?" It's so cute. I hope you pick this one up if you're looking for something cozy and comforting that has fantasy, romantasy vibes, like before romantasy was even a thing. Poison. The other one, now this loosely has plants on the cover, Sorcery of Thorns. This one's by Margaret Rogerson. Margaret Rogerson wrote Vespertine, which is one of my all-time favorite novels. But I've never read Sorcery of Thorns, and it also has a badass chick with a sword on the cover, so I think we're gonna have a good time. All sorcerers are evil. Elizabeth, with an S, has known that as long as she has known anything. Raised as a foundling in one of Ostermere's great libraries, Elizabeth has grown up among the tools of sorcery. Magical grimoires that whisper on the shelves and rattle beneath iron chains. Ooh, spooky library. If provoked, they transform into grotesque monsters of ink and leather. She hopes to become a warden, charged with protecting the kingdom from their power. Monster books? IDK about that. Then an act of sabotage releases the library's most dangerous grimoire. So she's gonna have to, battle some things. And she has to make an alliance with her sworn enemy, Nathaniel Thorne. So maybe it's an enemies to lovers. I hope. She starts to question everything she's learned, which I think is like a fundamental part of growing up. So maybe it's kind of a coming of age story too. I'm stoked to read this. Okay. I think that's everything on my TBR for my semester at Orilium Academy, but there's one last book I want to sneak in. Goosebumps! Slappy's Tales of Horror. This is a middle grade graphic novel. Look how colorful the artwork is. I have to read, I'm a fan of R.L. Stine. I actually found this at a little free library in my town, and I was just like, oh, someone's sharing the Goosebumps love. So I've never read it. I'm excited to read it, just like as a palate cleanser, just for fun, because reading should be fun. That's the thing, people. If you are stressed about your TBR, maybe the books on there aren't ones like your heart wants to read. Like, don't let anyone dictate to you what's on your bookshelf. I guess. Okay, end of rant. But this is the last fun one I wanted to show you. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Kiki. Go ahead and subscribe. Like the video if you liked the video. Dislike it if you disliked it. No, don't do that. That'll break my heart. All right, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.